Hello and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
You got me. I'm Sharyn.
Welcome back, everyone. If this is your first time watching Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa, welcome. And at the end of the video, we would love it if you could just subscribe, like, share our videos with anyone that you think would benefit from them outside of yourself. So,
and there's a lot to choose from because we have now, we're proud to say, over 100 videos.
Yeah.
And wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of Sharyn and Rosa. So pick the ones that sound interesting to you. And if you like it, turn somebody else on to it.
Or just binge watch them. Binge watch one after the other.
Yeah, that's what a couple of people are doing. And I said, whoa.
So, but we are really just trying to recover from this past month. Not even the past weekend, the past month.
Months.
And thank you all for giving us a pass last week. We were really just tired. And so I just thought it was best just to show you all a little bit of what the Pride Party looked like. So thank you for the comments. Yeah, the Pride Party in San Diego. So thank you for the comments for those who wrote in. We appreciate you looking at the video, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed it physically here.
We did. So, we had a good time. They had a good time.
Yes.
I have all till next year to recover.
Yeah, I mean, and someone did ask us, was it going to be an annual thing? So I don't know. Sharyn and I haven't discussed that yet. But maybe we'll ask your opinions. We'll
should we?
Yeah, exactly. So should that be an annual type thing? Let us know what you think.
Yeah, women of color and all and beyond.
And it will always probably happen during Pride Week.
Oh,
so
sure.
That way,
it just
if you
works.
all come in town, for those who are out of town, you still have other things you can do.
But we can make that decision because it's a darn good idea. And I'm already thinking about next year. Okay? Making it bigger, better, putting it at a different venue. And we tried so hard to keep the price down, but everything costs. So when somebody's inviting you to your home, 30, 40, 50 people to have a light brunch, champagne, and lots of goodies that go along with that, I thought we did a good job. We had to charge $10. But any event, no one complained, and the food was good, and the day was beautiful, and the music was hot. So shout outs to everybody who was able to attend. I had a good time too, but you notice who was in all of the pictures? Yeah.
But let's just go there. Who took the pictures? I was trying to get her to take some with her camera and couldn't get them. So you got to put something up there, right?
Well, I was doing high touch, and some things behind the scenes, So I was making things work. Rosa was running around dancing and having fun, and but we pretty good.
It was Pride weekend. We were supposed to be having fun.
Yeah, so. But as a couple, I said, you take care of them, I'll take care of this, and I was having a good time too, but in a different way.
Yes. So anyway, enough of that. Enjoy. If you haven't seen the party from last week, please go and do that after this episode.
Yeah. Excellent time to do it.
So let's do shout outs before we get into today's topic. So our first shout out goes to Divine C. Thank you, and thank you again. And thank you for your comment, just your recent comment. Lisa, we thank you for... Is it Lisa Code Jam or just Lisa?
I think it's just
Lisa. We thank you for your comment.
Like pizza. It's Lisa.
We thank you for your comment, and I do love the name. So, last but not least is Patricia K. Patricia K was also at the Pride Party.
Oh, was
so
she?
I told her I'd give her a shout out.
Oh,
yes,
that's right. She was.
So thank you. Thank you for becoming a subscriber to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. She's fairly new.
It was cute though, because a couple of people who came by. She wasn't the only subscriber there, but it was like 3 of them, I think. And, and one of the ladies like, Sharyn, I'm a subscriber. That's all you got to. That's the magic word. Not a survivor. I'm a subscriber.
Yeah. So about most of the people that was at the party were our friends and people that we knew, but about 3 so most of them are already subscribers, but they're friends. But about 3 different subscribers that we didn't know, that we just met at the party, which was very good. We always look to meeting other people. So next year, hopefully it'll be more and it'll get bigger and bigger if we decide to go that way. So anyway, So today's topic, I know I feel like I got a lot to say.
Well, say it, sweetie.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I got a lot to say before I get to the...
Do what you need to do. Say what you got to say, but we only got 30 minutes. Okay, so
and 5 is gone, right?
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. So today's topic is, are you underliving your life? So what do Sharyn and I mean with that? We are getting ready to get into it, and I'll turn it over to Sharyn to even start.
Yeah, wow.
To see if you all are underliving your life.
Yeah, it's an excellent question. I'm not sure it's a question that any and everyone gets asked. But in any event, you know, we've had a lot of light and sweet topics lately, and sometimes we just got to go deep, you know, and stay real and everything. Look, we love to laugh, we love to party and dance and all, but you know, one thing that is very, very true, we are living in a real world. We are two, I like to say lifelong lesbians, but we're in the real world with you, and everything don't always go our way. Some things you go after don't come to you. Some things you want, you just don't get. Right. So with that, that's the best we can do for a segue into, let's just take a moment and exhale and reflect. You know, we're at different times in our life. You know, I'll play the role of the aging lesbian will be played by Sharyn. I'm 67.5, and you know, definitely at the last third of my life, chances are. And Rosa, not as much, you know, but we're all human, and we I'm sorry, are the chimes bothering you? Because they're bothering me this morning for some reason. It's just a nice little breeze here, just enough to make them chime off, but be quiet. So we're, you know, we want to get a little enough of the laughing and dancing, get a little deep with you guys this morning, and that is we're at a very reflective part of our lives. And if you're not, you probably should be. Probably. You know, that time in your life when you really got to sit down and have that conversation with yourself. You know, like, how did I get here? What, you know, where am I? Where did I think I was going? You know, what's going well? What's getting wrong? What's wrong? I'm thinking the wrong things, going in the wrong direction for the wrong reason. Right. If it's all that is wrong, you need to stop and just think about, like, what are you trying to do? So here it is. Here's the question for one and all. Where are you underliving your life? Meaning that you're not allowing yourself to invest your fullest potential. I don't mean anybody else. Don't look at your partner, don't look at your mama, don't look at your children. I'm talking about you. Where is it that you thought you were going? And are you still on that road?
Or maybe even there.
Yeah, you know, maybe time to put the flag down. What is it that you want that you still don't have? And I don't mean materialistically. I'm talking about whatever the it is. You know, I don't know if some people are like, oh, I just wanted to finish my education. Does one ever really finish education? Right. It's an ongoing thing, right? You know, as long as you're on the planet, you're going to learn something. Right. All right, whether you want to or not. You know, okay. But, you know, where are you going? You know, where have you failed yourself? I mean, don't be looking at your partner. Don't talk about your mama and, you know, they used to feed me worms in the orphanage. No, I'm talking about just basic stuff. What is it that you want that you still don't have, that you promised yourself? These are not things that others can give you. These are the things that you can get for yourself. Right. How's life treating you? And really, like I said, this is a conversation you got to have with yourself. How are you truly doing spiritually? How about physically? Emotionally? Where are you at? You know, I woke up this morning and it was, I don't know, it was just all kind of things on my mind, and nothing bad, but just sometimes you got to clean out the closet, go up in the attic, and get rid of stuff. Don't even know who put that here. Right. You know what I mean? Why is it still there? Maybe in your attic, but it's still in your house. And start doing some cleaning. Right. But before you even do that, you got to start asking some questions. How you doing physically? Before we dare ask you a question, I turn it inward first. I ask myself, where am I physically, mentally, emotionally? Let's not even talk about finances because that's so cyclical. Let's not even throw that in. I'm talking about that deep tissue stuff that only you can answer. Right. Because see, money, you can get it, not have it. You can have it, not get it, whatever. You can hit the lotto one day and 10 years from now you're homeless. Things that you may or may not have control over. But right. I'm talking about the stuff where you live at in your innards, right. And I asked myself that first. And I feel like spiritually, at this time in my life, I'm better now than I've ever been. I'm very, very clear as to what I should be doing with my life and how I should be carrying myself and feeding myself spiritually through this lifetime that I'm living. Okay. But that's me. Somebody else may see a whole different thing. I ain't talking about.
I'm on a whole different thing.
Right.
I'm so confused spiritually right now.
Okay, so I'm going to get to Rosa. Mentally, I'm okay. I feel that I'm okay. Socially, do I really care? I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. But here's where I fall off the cliff. Physically, I've allowed myself to gain 30 pounds in the last 2 years. Really ain't feeling good about that. I've had several operations, but I'm not whining. I'm just taking inventory. Mm-hmm. So I feel as I look at that list, I'm okay, with certain areas, but physically I got to do better. I got to do better. I am older. I'm black, female. Chances are, of course, do I even say the term pre-diabetic? Everybody's pre-something. I'm pre-crazy. Because if you go crazy, they say, well, she probably was pre-crazy 2 years ago. So the things that, I got to lose the weight. I got to get better. So I've gone back with my walks and drinking more water. For some reason, at the age of 65, I started drinking Coca-Cola like it was my lifeblood. I mean, not a six-pack, but I'm drinking one a day. When the hell did I start drinking Coca-Cola? Right. I thought it would be ginger ale. So anyhow, whatever the it is with me, I got to take care of it. Right. I've joined Weight Watchers again, and as I looked when I was reflective, I say was, meaning I was looking for the truth and hoped that I could handle it. I look back, I have been at Weight Watchers at 7 different times in my life. Mm-hmm. That means like every 4 years. Yeah. Or every 7 years or whatever. It has been my forever Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And the story about Frankenstein, you remember when Frankenstein goes off into the village and he's scaring everybody? The only person they was looking for was Dr. Frankenstein. You know why? Because that's his monster. Mm-hmm. It's like, I can't kill him. You kill him because you put his ass together. So Frankenstein going through, kicking ass and taking names and everything. Dr. Frankenstein had to come get his own monster, not the villagers. So I'm asking you, where's your Frankenstein? What is your Frankenstein? We all have one. So with me, I feel like my Frankenstein has materialized itself in the image of my forever battle with my weight. It doesn't get better as you get older. It really doesn't. So what it is, you just get tired of fighting the fight. And I keep, so with that, and my wife has been so very, very supportive. She doesn't beat me down about it, but like she bought me some shirts the other week, and it was a size larger, and I'm like, is that my size? And she gave me that look like, I see you, I love you, I sleep with you. You need a 2X. Oh, okay. It's going to be baggy. No, it wasn't baggy. I'm wearing a 2X. Mm-hmm. And X means we don't know how big you are. Just give her material and let it wrap around her big ass. So to stay serious, this morning we wanted to talk about some things. And the question is, where are you under living your life? Mm-hmm. Professionally, I did some grand things in my careers. I had several, and I told Rosa the other week. I said I think I got one more left in me. So I had enrolled in my doctor's program. It was over 20 years ago, and I realized I ain't gonna be no PhD. Girl, they wanted me to read 7 books a day, or whatever. But I wasn't as committed as I should have been. But now something else has come on my plate, and I want to go back to school and deal with marriage and family counseling. Yeah, that has turned me on for some reason. So back to school I go, and I'm enjoying the possibilities of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I know Rosa thinks I stay home and look at every moment of the January 6th committee, and between that I look at Law and Order, and on a real busy day, I make it to the casino too. All those things are true, but I need to invest my energies a little differently because I don't want to underlive my life. So how I'm saying that and how I want you to please hear it is when we're not fully living up to our capabilities, our desires, you're not even living up to your own mandates. When you disappoint yourself, people can disappoint you, but if you disappoint yourself, who are you going to get mad at?
Right.
But you. So as that's the conversation we want to have this morning. So I'm going to ask Rosa, because we don't rehearse our conversations. Rosa, based on what I've been talking about in the last 10 minutes, where, if any place, do you think you may be underliving your life?
Well, you mentioned mentally, physically, emotionally, and what else? Spiritually?
Yeah.
Okay. Of those, you also said something about we're always learning every day, and that's life, you learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think with all of those, I am still learning and I'm still growing. And I say that because I know spiritually, as I mentioned earlier, that I feel a little lost. I always enjoyed
church,
the relationship that I've had with God, and part of that for me was to attending church, and not necessarily saying I got to go to church to have the relationship, but it was part of my relationship and how I dealt with the relationship. And I don't necessarily have that anymore. I don't go to church. I don't have a home church. Matter of fact, when Sharyn and I were dropping off the party equipment that we rented, there was a lady there, Miss Rose. Miss Rose invited me to her church. So
and followed you around too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I look like a heathen to her. I don't know.
No.
But
hardly.
But I say that because and I struggle because when I came out, the church I felt like was the first people who let me down in my happiness. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I was in church and I was younger going through church, they helped me grow. And so I've been confused, like, okay, but they have helped me, but then at the same time, everybody's judging up in the church. So I've been confused about whether I need to go or not. So I know I'm underliving my life spiritually. I know I took the long road with the answering the question.
No, but it's okay. But good.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely understood what you're saying, and I see pieces of it because I live with you and love you. Yeah. And
you hear me like singing my gospel songs around the house.
She be grooving on Sunday morning. I mean,
I still do things, to keep that
feeling. You like that feeling.
Yes,
you like that feeling, and I couldn't tell you who the top 5 gospel singers are, but I do think what's her name?
Yolanda Adams.
Yolanda Adams is lovely. and she
anyway.
can sing.
Yeah, she really can sing. For me, physically, I'm always trying to
improve,
better myself because even when people say physically, You can see someone with a great body and internally they are,
Yeah, trash.
something's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's not on the outside, I'm always working on the inside and vice versa. So that's always going to be a work in progress for me. I think I can mentally get a better understanding of like not continuing to body shame myself. You know what I'm saying? Because people see me, they're like, oh, you got a cute little shape. And I'm like, yeah, girl, but, you know what I'm saying? So I always put that but in there, and I have to learn how to do that. So
how not to do it.
Learn how to learn not to body shame myself all the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm always growing in that. I feel like I underliving that just a tad bit. Nothing like
based
spiritually.
On what? I mean, but I know, but this
but
is
my own self. Like
exactly.
I'm just so used to
being a perfect size 6.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
But then here come kids, and then here come age, and then
menopause, and I'm 50.
Menopause and all this other stuff. Then my body's like boom, boom, boom. So I'm just not used to it. It's nothing wrong with it, really.
It's nature. It's nature.
It.
Yeah.
So like I said, I just have to get myself there, and then I'll be fine.
You got to get your mind right.
Yeah. And mentally, y'all know something wrong with me. Yeah. I don't even have to go there. But I'm okay with that, actually. I'm okay with being different.
It seems to bother other people more than you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have always been okay with being different. I've always been okay with just celebrating myself if I need to by myself. I go to a movie by myself. I don't have to worry about it. I can go out to eat, walk in the restaurant. They like, party up. One, I'm good, and sit me in a nice area because I'm taking myself out. So I haven't really, with that portion. I think I'm doing okay. The overall mental state, there are some things I could be working on too. So,
but is that true with everyone?
I do have. I don't know what do you mean?
I mean, if I ask this question of the next 10 random people, do you think all of them could, respond to it to some degree?
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody knows where they're underliving some aspects of their lives, and some of them may have more than what we're even talking about.
Oh, sure. We're keeping it light, yeah.
Right. But for me, I have ADHD and I have anxiety. But y'all probably know. Y'all see the ADHD because I'm all over the place with that. But at the same time, I know when to douse it down, when not to douse it down. Then when it gets out of hand, then that's when the whole medication comes in. But I've been trying to get myself right. Get your mind right. See what I'm saying? So anyway, outside of that, that's just where I am when we are talking about, like under living our lives.
Well, let me ask you this:
we all can grow at some point in all.
In some other areas, right? Yeah. Some more than others, and some.
Because what does that really mean when you say that? Because where I am with something, somebody could say, "Well, that's where I want it to be." You know what I'm saying? And where somebody else is with something, that may be my goal to get there where they are, and so. But they're saying to themselves they still have some growing to do, and you're thinking like, no, you right where I wanted to be. That's your goal and your
right.
stuff. So
well, that's a person's personal perception of themselves. Right, you know what I mean? So, girl, you got it going on, and boom, 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 and girl, I ain't got it going on. I mean, and as I would say, I have a couple of people in my life. For some reason, I feel from them, that they're in some kind of big time competition with me or something, and I tell people, who I'm in competition with? Just me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If something goes wrong, Sharyn done let Sharyn down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
but that's important too, to recognize that it's you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
that you're letting down. I know.
I don't put this crap on somebody else. I mean, and it's so easy for us to, even in our, maybe sometimes we stumbled but didn't fall. Oh, who pushed me? No, but you're just clumsy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you've stumbled 3 times. You know what I mean? For whatever reasons, and you say maybe with some exterior factors, or maybe I need to just slow down. Maybe I'm walking too fast.
Yeah, yeah. But when you can look at yourself, I mean, like for me in my life, over my lifetime of my 50 years, I've had a couple of great things that I think happened, and I didn't take them seriously. I didn't do what I needed to do to move forward in those things. And I can't even be upset with anybody but me. So
But you can be. But you
No,
just
I'm
no,
not.
no, but you're
I'm
not
not.
going, and that's what
Okay,
makes
so
you
for
Rosa.
instance,
You
yeah.
could if you wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
And most people will take the easy way out and
But when
blame
someone
somebody
gives
else.
you a shot, you need to take the wheel at that point. You know what I'm saying? Now, for instance, this happened to me. I was still in college. I was a sophomore in college at the time, but I was already 20, and no, maybe I was 21. I think I was 21, and I got a chance to meet. I don't know if you all even remember who Susan Taylor is. But
Yeah,
Susan Taylor. She was the editor in chief of Essence magazine back in the day. They got somebody else new, right? So I got a chance to meet her, and she wanted me to come to New York and do some modeling for Essence. So she said, "Look, send me some pictures, and they don't have to be professional. Just send me what you have, and blah 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 blah." And she gave me her card and all this, that, and the other. And when she did that, I sent her some pictures, and of course they weren't professional, because in my mind, I'm like, she said that, but she probably really didn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Because because I didn't take the process serious. Like, she didn't even get the pictures. The pictures came to someone else, so they don't know the conversation that Susan and I had. Right. So they're like, well, who's sending us these little pictures that their mama took?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Right.
When I got there, I didn't even see her, and I, took some pictures, but I can tell the person was like, yeah, I guess I'll just do this favor for Susan. But
right.
It really was. But I didn't take it serious either. And when we talk about underliving our lives, it's like, my life could have been different just with that someone giving me the opportunity, and then me not taking that opportunity serious. So
and doing everything with it that you could have.
I'm not upset with Susan Taylor. She gave me the opportunity. I'm not upset with the person who was taking the pictures, because they don't know what Susan Taylor and I spoke about. I'm upset with me because I know.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at our lives, and and I'm not saying I'm regretful. I'm just saying I look at it differently, to say from now on, this part is going to be serious. Now, I'm not a workaholic. No one will ever pin me down as a workaholic. No one. My family has always come first for me, so I don't care. My son. No, it's just not happening. I'm not doing all that. But my wife and I always have conversations, and she's just like, well, why don't you, do something better, or become like the manager? You know this information. You've been doing great at, work, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, she's right. But I need to be able to feel that. I don't want the politics. I don't want the headaches. I just want to be, boom, let me get my paycheck and be up out of here.
Yeah, you want to clock in and clock out
comes
and work
with more
in between.
Responsibility, and I don't want to put it on my plate. I'm telling y'all right now, I still want to be able to do what Rosa want to do. So where I am and where someone else may see me, I'm not, in their eyes, in my wife's eyes, I'm not where I should be. But
could be.
Could be.
Right.
Right.
It's not for me to tell you.
In my eyes, I'm like, yeah, I'm good, really. Let me keep my benefits, collect my check. I'm good.
Well, I like quoting Nikki Giovanni, but that one piece about when she says, when they come to write against my name, don't forget to tell them that I was having fun. So I think Rosa's having fun. Okay, and
that's what life's supposed to be.
And so am I. And so am I.
But that's what life is supposed to be. All of this just work. I mean, Sharyn had a friend who worked, retired, and then passed away.
Within 6 months.
Like, where was she going to have her fun?
6 months.
So I'm just not there. And,
Yeah, that was sad. Very, very, very sad.
So when we talk about living our lives, it's like, maybe that was her plan. Maybe she wanted to work. Some people like, I can have fun when I'm done. And maybe she had fun for the 6 months that, she was here. Right. Who knows? But I'm saying that to say, we are different in every aspect, and
Sure.
wherever you are is fine. You know if you need to look at that and do something different or do something better. Only you would know that.
That's true, but knowing it and doing it is a couple of different things. But
that's a whole nother topic.
Well, and I'm
doing
saying
it because you gotta.
You got to have the conversation with yourself. I'm not saying that your best friend. I don't care if it's your twin sister. No one can tell you about you. You're living it. You should be an expert on yourself. So as I tell people, somebody says, well, don't you feel bad that you've done so and so, or somebody says, well, yeah, you have gained weight. You know what I mean? Nobody can beat Sharyn up the way Sharyn can beat herself up. So I don't need nobody to come up behind me and have some measuring tape. Like, do you really know what's going on with your behind? And I'm of course I'm being dramatic to make the point, but I'm just saying you can't beat me up. Because I've already beat you to it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest and I'm having that conversation. So back to where are we underliving? If you are one of those people, where are you underliving your life? Not living up to your own potentials, your abilities, your talents, your intelligence. All of that goes into that pot. Right. And if you just like, well, I could have done this and I would have done that and I never called so-and-so back, well, then don't get mad when you get that result. And there's something that you used that triggered something in my mind was that you're saying something like, maybe do I get another shot? I'm not a sports person, but I do like what Michael Jordan said. He says, I make a lot of baskets because I take a lot of shots. So, oh, you're so great. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, look at his numbers. So some of us, I believe, if I must use a sports analogy, I don't think all of us are taking enough shots in some areas of our life.
Yes.
I took some good shots. I don't, as I always say, I can die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Life don't owe me no change.
Well, I personally don't think I've taken enough shots.
Wow.
But I'll work on it.
Wow. One of the many things that I enjoy about doing these shows with my wife is that sometime in the middle of a recording, we have aha moments for one another. So, aha.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of shots to at least start, taking.
Yeah, and so we're turning the question out to you, all our friends in lesbian land and far beyond. This is one of those, dare I say, semi-serious question days that, as you're just sitting there with just you and you, and this is before you even get to sleep out your eyes or brush your teeth, and you're just like, hey, why am I not where I thought I was going or where I want to go? Why am I using all my abilities and my talents?
Yeah.
Do I even know what my talents are? And it's so easy to blame other people. I always felt that I was pretty aggressive about my happiness, and not to mention about my career. People, oh, well, you were pretty smart back there. I was blessed. I was blessed then. I'm blessed now. I'm sipping from my saucer because my cup has overflowed. I couldn't have been that intelligent at 18 and 21. Now, don't get me wrong. I've always been pretty smart for my size. I think that's funny. But I just been blessed. And sometimes we have our blessings. Sometimes we see them, appreciate them, and employ them. And sometimes not so much.
Right.
I can give you examples, but I don't want to bore you. But no, but seriously, and it's nothing worse than people trashing their own blessings and discarding them and throwing them down the garbage bin. It's like, gee, he had or she had so much to offer the world.
Absolutely.
And this is what you do. This is what you do, and this is how you do it. So any event, whether it's professional, personal, or things with your family, wherever it is, only you know where the mud is. Right. Some of you, to quote, I think it's Oprah, says, I want to fly, but I got mud in my wings. Well, let's get the mud out. Let's get the mud out so we can fly as high as we can. But you've got to have the conversations with yourself first. Right. And be honest. This is not one of those things people can tell you. This is something that you need to talk about, you with you.
Right. Or just write it down, write the pros and the cons, if you are or you're not. Or...
And if you don't want to write it down, just think about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Am I where I think I'm going? You know, sometimes you see, you know how you see people and they share your stories of their life with you, and you're just like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
How did you allow that to happen? What do you mean you were in jail twice and you came out again and was getting ready to go to the third time? I mean, stop doing whatever it was that's causing you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I was in the car one day. This is years ago, and I said, "Hey, you want to drive?" And she said, "I can't drive." I said, "You don't know how to drive?" She said, "No, I shouldn't be driving." Oh, okay, that means some legal stuff had come. Like, you don't need to be seen driving a car in California. Gotcha.
Operate no vehicles
Under
at
any
all.
circumstances,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
That's
So
funny.
so again, we're going to leave you with this. You know, just look. You know, only we'd ask you to just do a self checkup. You know what I mean? If you're in the middle, if you're in your 40s and 50s and you have no idea of what you want to do when you grow up, first of all, I hope you're already grown. And if you and don't get me wrong, it happens when it happens.
But I mean, you can change up careers. So
Oh,
some
it's
people
not
don't.
just career.
You
I'm
know,
just
it's
talking
not
about
like
life.
you don't know what you want to do. Is
No.
you've been doing something, because at 40, 50, and 60, you're doing something.
Yeah.
Are you happy with doing that, or should you change with what you're doing? Not
Yeah.
that you don't know what
It brings
you
joy
want.
to
Yeah.
your spirit.
Yeah.
You know, it really does. And I can't tell you what it is. I don't know you. I don't know what your talents are and your abilities and what do you dream of. I
Right.
think it was one young lady, oh God, I'm going to mess up her name, but she says, if your dreams only include you, they're not big enough.
Right.
I like that. If your dreams only include you, because the world's much bigger than that, and your world is much bigger there, and no one gets anywhere by themselves.
Yes.
If I had to speak about the list of people who were angels, I just didn't see their wings.
Right.
Who helped me along the way. Now, as I become reflective and I'm looking at it, and I'm definitely well into my 60s, I don't have to wait till 85, 92, or whenever I leave the planet and say, oh, and let's thank the milkman who always gave us free milk. No, I'm not going to be that black woman dying on the mattress. No,
Right.
I'm telling you now, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I've had to adjust my wings a couple of times. Sometime I got into some things that just wasn't healthy, but I surely got out of them and said, this is not working.
All right.
This is not what I need to be doing to get where I'm going. You know what I mean? Because for you to get there and to be there, you got to do some work in between.
Right.
So that's what we're thinking about this morning. And as always, we're wishing you the very best.
Of all good things, stay safe and stay woke. We love you.
Bye-bye.